Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's Michelle. And today we are going to chat a little bit about being brave in your journals because at the end of the day, it's just paper. So, before we get into the heavy stuff, we are going to make a background. And so this page was actually me being brave in more than one way. There are a few colors that I do not like to work with. You all know that it's the red and oranges, and then also the greens. So it's very, very seldom that I would do a whole page using like the greens or the reds. You may have seen, or it's coming up, a page that I did in all reds and oranges, and then obviously there's this one. So I am trying to just challenge myself just to get a little bit more comfortable with using other colors. And I know that I should probably not do like a whole page with colors that I don't like. Maybe it would be better if I started small. But hey, I don't do anything small. So here we are doing a whole page in greens. So I covered the whole page with a couple of different greens from Arlene's range. I think there was Envy, Olive, Kermit, and Breeze. And then now I'm using this beautiful stencil from Arlene. I think it's supposed to be like a coral reef or something underwater. But obviously it's got these beautiful florally shapes. I love this stencil. I've used it to death. Definitely one of my all-time favorites. So I've done my little reductive stenciling where I put paint down first and then wipe it away through a stencil with a damp baby wipe. And now I'm also going in and just doing normal stenciling with a sponge. And I'm giving that a quick little dry. And you'll see that I deliberately made my pages in such a way that I could fold it over. And this is where we are going to be brave. So I have these die cuts from Arlene, and I want to incorporate them onto my page, but I don't want to just plonk them onto the page. So what I'm doing is I'm marking out where I want them to be. And I did that with a green pencil so that the line is hidden a bit more instead of doing it with a black pencil. And now I'm going to take out my little cutting mat. I am going to stick these two pages together so they don't move. And hold on to your seats. I'm cutting through both those pages. So if you are scared of doing this on your paper, especially after you've just done a background, don't worry. It's going to be okay. If you have been brave like this before, please let me know in the comments. And then if you have not, please let me know what is holding you back. At the end of the day, it is only paint and paper. And at the end of the day, if you're not happy with it, you can keep going until you've created something that you are happy with, or you can cover it up and start over. And really, what is the worst that is going to happen? Really, literally nothing. Nothing can happen. So I'm gluing my little die cuts into the middle of the pages because I wanted to have these kind of window effects. And it's a little bit finicky. I think I should have cut the holes even a little bit smaller, leaving a little bit more of a border, but I didn't, so I'm just making it work. And then I'm going to go in with a transparency sheet as well in between the pages. So the one side, there's going to be a literal window with transparency sheets, but the other side, there's not going to be the transparency sheet because on the back, the die cut is sitting on top of the transparency, whereas in the front, it's sitting behind it. I hope that made sense. I'm going to glue the transparency sheet in, not with glue, but with double-sided tape. This will definitely hold it much longer than glue would. I don't know what glue would work. I did try using, I think they call it Olba glue, OLBA glue at the retreat that I did with K-Craft, and that seemed to work well with the transparency, but I don't have that. So I figured the best thing is going to be double-sided tape. So I'm just covering all the little spaces with my tape, peeling off the backing, and then sticking it down. I didn't cut the sheet in half yet to fit the book or to fit the size of the paper. I find it's better to use it bigger because then you've got a little bit more freedom. Like if I had to cut it exactly precisely according to the paper, it would be much harder to navigate. So I did it this way. Okay, now I'm trimming off all of the excess, and there we go. So in the end, being brave did pay off because I really, really love this page. I even don't mind the green so much. I thought it came out nicely. So I made some extra marks and then dried it off with my heat gun. I do cover the transparency sheets with my hands when I work with my heat gun because obviously they're going to melt and get buckled. So I didn't dry off too much. Marlene's paints dry really quickly, so it's actually fine. Then I found this little scallopy bit as well in my die cut stash, and I thought I would pop that over the top, and that looked really cute. There was a little bit that didn't connect right at the bottom there, but it was no problem at all. I could just fix that with a black paint pen, and it worked out really well. And then for the others, I'm also just going around with a black pen just to define those edges a little bit more, and I do make a little border as well. I thought that looked cute. I'm also doodling a little bit into that border just to round it off a bit, and also because, you know, I never stop. Now I'm going to look for a little quote, and I actually can't remember what it's. Oh, think outside the box. And I thought this was cute because I had these little boxed in frames and a nice little page outside of it. And that's it, I think, for this page. I didn't do a quote on the back of it. I thought that it wasn't needed. I got these new little paper punches, and one has like a 1 millimeter punch and one is like a 3 millimeter, and I really wanted to try them out, so I thought I will just punch a couple of holes into my page, and I think that might be the favorite part of this page. All right, I will chat to you again soon. Thanks so much for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and leave me a comment. I love hearing from you. Okay, bye.